waiting to be coupled to a freight car. He is collecting supplies for the building site. There are 3 freight cars. One is full of bricks, one is full of timber, and one is full of bananas. Thomas wants to play a trick on Diesel. Can you help him? One of these freight cars is the wrong freight car to take to the building site. Do you know which one it is? Is it the freight car full of bricks? No. Bricks are very useful for building. They are used to build walls. If Thomas gave Diesel the freight car full of bricks, he would not be playing a trick. What about the freight car full of timber? Is that the wrong freight car to take to the building site? No. Timber is very useful too. It is used for building roofs. Timber is not right for playing a trick on Diesel either. What about the freight car full of bananas? Can you build with bananas? No. Bananas are perfect for playing a trick on Diesel. They are no good for building at all. Although they are very nice to eat. Thomas and Percy were having great fun. Next, Thomas and Percy had to go to the smelter's yard. They were going to collect some steel girders. But when they puffed into the yard, they saw something that was very, very frightening. It was Diesel 10. Diesel 10 was big and strong, and he had a crunching, crushing claw. Thomas and Percy watched. The giant claw crushed the iron and steel. Thomas and Percy shivered. They thought Diesel 10 looked very scary. Let's come back when Diesel 10's not here, Thomas puffed nervously. And they raced away. That evening, Thomas and Percy were puffing happily back to the sheds. They couldn't wait to rest their wheels and talk to their friends about the day's adventures. But as they puffed home, they were very surprised. Look, puffed Percy, the bridge isn't painted. And the airport is only half finished, wished Thomas. When they arrived at Tidmouth's sheds, they discovered that they had been knocked down. Cinders and ashes, cried Thomas. What's happened to our sheds? Building the new ones was our important job, wailed Diesel. But we were delayed, so we couldn't finish it. And bananas are no good for building sheds, Sir Topham Hatt added. The steam engines were cross with the diesel engines. The Diesels had ruined their home. But Thomas was sad. He knew it was his fault. Now where will we sleep? Moaned Henry. They soon found out. The engines puffed across the island. That night, they each had to sleep somewhere else. James had to stay at the dirty, dusty coaling plant. I'll never stay shiny in here, moaned James. Edward had to stay at the quarry. Oh, look, a stinky steamy, wailed Diesel. Percy and Henry had to stay at the smelter's yard. I don't like it here, moaned Henry. If I break down, they might scrap me by mistake. Poor Gordon had to sleep under a tent. The indignity, he huffed. Only Toby was warm and snug in his cozy shed. He would have gladly shared his home with the other engines, but it was much too small. Thomas felt bad. There were lots of jobs that hadn't been finished, and it was all his fault. Now he had to stay at Knapford Sheds with Emily. I only wanted to teach those diesels to behave, moaned Thomas. Be quiet and go to sleep, Emily huffed. Emily didn't like sharing her shed. She was used to peace and quiet. Don't worry, puffed Thomas. We can fix everything. I'm sure I'll be back in Tidmouth Sheds tomorrow.